This week, it's a man that has been in the news lately with his story of a relative who survived the Titanic disaster. That particular book is upcoming. In the meantime, let's find out more from prolific Woodstock writer Thomas Ryerson.
The fiction I write, it comes from many different genres. The first book, Castle Lake, there is a ghost story. I have a drama about a family over a 40-year period. Psychological thriller, that's April's Call. Fun City is science fiction fantasy. And then I went into poetry. Poetry was something I did many years ago and wanted to always have a volume of poetry, so that's what Carnal Wreckage is. And I co-wrote a biography with a cousin of mine, so I have that too. I hope to get into non-fiction, which would be a story about my great-grandfather, but at this point in time it's mostly fiction. I got serious about writing probably in the fall of 2005. The first book was published in February of 2007, that's Castle Lake. My most recent book, The Last Girl on Earth, was published August of last year. So that's basically 8 books in a span of, I guess 4.5 years. I just see something and I think, man, that'd be a really great idea for a book. And I'm sure there's lots of people that say that, but for me, I actually do it. And a lot of my characters are from my own life, people I've known, situations that have happened in my life, they make their way into the books. So I think inspiration is just normal life. I'm self-published through my imprint, which is called the ISIS Press. I have the books for sale at Merrifields here in Woodstock. They're all available on Kindle as well, Amazon's Kindle. So if you have that, the Kindle reader. And other than that, my website, I can sell PDFs and I do mail order on the books. So, and Amazon carries some as well, Amazon.com. It's very difficult to get published in Canada. And that's why this whole movement of self-publishing has come about, because you can get some amazing looking books for a fairly reasonable price. Like, these are all published in, I think it's North Carolina. I don't think there's anyone in Canada doing this yet. This is POD, print on demand. And basically I just email them, say I want some books, send them some money, and they basically print the book that day or the next day and mail it to me. I can have them within a week. So it's a really quick process. The traditional publishing houses don't like them. They don't like people who print books like this, and they don't like publishers or printers that print these books, because they figure it belittles the process. Because they figure there should be a process of a person writes a book, finds an agent, the agent finds them a publisher, the publisher offers them a deal, they go through this big cycle, they wait 1.5 years to unleash the book on the world, and that's how the process is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be me doing it on my home computer, having my friends edit it, publishing it myself, and having a reasonably successful book. I sell 20 copies of Castle Lake a month on Kindle. I wish it was more, but it's still an interesting income. But yeah, definitely, it could be called Vanity Press for sure. I mean, I think it's kind of evolved from Vanity Press into more of a self-publishing. The Vanity Presses used to be, most people were writing poetry or maybe their life story, and no one would touch it with a 10-foot pole, so that's kind of what they had to publish it themselves. Whereas now, it's just, this seems to be the way to go. When I was doing the band full time, I thought music was a dog-eat-dog thing. But writing books and publishing and promoting yourself, it's more dog-eat-dog. I wouldn't sleep with you if you're the last girl on earth. My words, only spoken hours before when the night had been younger, now resonated in my head with bitter irony. Our world had become a much different place in a short span of 6.5 hours. Now, in the light of the early morning, it appeared that my recently spoken statement might have in fact been said to the last girl on earth. I want to get more well known. I've gotten some press, and it's been fun, but I definitely want to get more known across Ontario, Canada, North America. I've sold a book on Kindle in England, which is kind of neat. So I want to become international, but I know it's a slow process. I mean, I published my first book in February of 2007, so it's been 5 years now. So that's why I just keep writing and keep hoping the right people see it.
All the best to you, Tom, on your upcoming books and travels to England this summer to learn more about your great-grandfather who lived through the nightmare that was Titanic.